Hi, there you are. Welcome, kids, to Just So, Mr. Joel. I'm going to be telling you stories, and a lot of these stories come from a famous book called Just So Stories by a writer named Rudyard Kipling. This first one is called How the Camel Got His Hump. In the beginning of years, when the world was so new and all, and the animals were just beginning to work for man, there was a camel, and he lived in the middle of a howling desert because he did not want to work. And besides, he was a howler himself. So he ate sticks and prickles and thorns and milkweed, very lazy. And if anybody talked to him, he had one thing to say and one thing only: humph. The horse came to him one Monday morning with a saddle on his back and said, "Nee, Camel, oh Camel, come out and run like the rest of us. Nee." "Humph," said the camel. So the horse went his way and told it to man. Presently, the dog came to him with a stick in his mouth, woof, 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 and said, "Camel, ah." The dog came to him with a stick in his mouth and said, "Woof, Camel, oh Camel, come and fetch and carry like the rest of us." "Ruff, ruff." "Humph," said the camel, and the dog went away and told the man. Presently, the ox came to him
and said, "Camel, oh camel, come and plow like the rest of us."
"Humph," said the camel, and the ox went away and told the man. At the end of the day, the man called the horse and the dog and the ox together and said, "I'm very sorry for you with the world so new and all, but that humph thing in the desert can't work, or he would have been here by now, so I'm going to leave him alone, and you must work double time to make up for it." That made the three very angry with the world so new and all, and they held a meeting on the edge of the desert. And the camel came chewing on milkweed, very lazy, and laughed at them. Then he said, "Humph," and went away again. Then there came along a genie in charge of all deserts, rolling in a cloud of dust, and he stopped to talk with the three. "Genie of all deserts," said the horse, "is it right for anyone to be lazy with the world so new and all?"
"No," said the genie.
"Well," said the horse, "there's a thing in the middle of your howling desert, and he's a howler himself, with a long neck and long legs, and he hasn't done a stroke of work since Monday morning. He won't even trot."
"Phew," said the genie. "That's my camel. What does he say about it?"
"He says, 'Humph,'" said the dog, "and he won't fetch and carry. Ruff, ruff."
"Does he say anything else?" "Only humph, and he won't plow," said the ox. "Very good," said the genie. "Kindly wait a minute."
The genie found the camel being very lazy, looking at himself in a pool of water.
"My friend," said the genie, "I hear you're doing no work with the world so new and all."
"Humph," said the camel. The genie sat down with his chin in his hand and began to think about what magic he could do to the camel, because genies are magic, you know, children.
"You've given the other three extra work ever since Monday morning, all on account of your laziness,"
said the genie, and he went on. "Humph," said the camel.
"I shouldn't say that again if I were you,"
said the genie.
You might say it once too often. I want you to work.
And the camel said, "Humph," again. But no sooner had he said it than he saw his back that he was so proud of, puffing up and puffing up into a great big humph.
Do you see that?
Said the genie.
That's your very own humph that you brought upon your very own self by not working. Today is Thursday, and you've done no work since Monday, when the work began. Now you are going to work.
How can I, said the camel, with this humph on my back?
That's made on purpose, said the genie. All because you missed those 3 days. You will be able to work now for 3 days without eating or drinking, because you can live on your humph. And don't you ever say I never did anything for you. Come out of the desert and go to the tree and behave.
And the camel behaved himself, humph and all, and went away to join the tree. And from that day to this, the camel always wears a humph. We call it a hump now, not to hurt his feelings. But he has never yet caught up with the 3 days that he missed at the beginning of the world, and he has never yet learned how to behave. And that is how the camel got his hump. Good night.